Welcome back to SSSL Student Speaking Sports Live. Today we're going to be talking about the outcome of March Madness. We're going to be giving you a little look at the NBA before the playoffs start, and we're going to be getting mad silly and having some fun. Into the intro. That was truly beautiful. I love LeBron. But as I said before, welcome back to Student Speaking Sports Live. I'm Hunter Morring.
I'm the Caligiuri.
Derrick Hamilton
Evan Garcia.
Okay, so today I think that we should start off with last night, the March Madness. It was Florida versus Houston. Florida had won their first national championship in, I believe it was 9 years, since 2007.
65 to 63.
I did my math
born
wrong.
I'm born in 2007.
I'm so bad at math.
Dude, Nick is 9 years old?
Yo, okay, that's embarrassing. I did my math wrong. But Florida are the national championships. The game, I'm not sure if any of y'all watched it. But
I watched. I watched.
I watched the highlights. I just know the score.
That very end was heartbreaking.
It came down to almost like the last play.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought Houston was gonna win. I thought Houston had it in his bag.
They were up for most of the game.
I seen a stat for each one of their games in the March Madness. They had to come down from at least 9 points. They were not leading in any of their games. They had to come back. Florida proved that they are resilient with winning. I mean, they were down at least 9-10 points for every single game, and they still managed to win the national championship. So good for them. Good job.
That final moment when I think he was going for a three, the Houston player, and he goes to, and they just drops the ball. Yeah. He just drops the ball. His controller died. That was heartbreaking. Heartbreaking.
Let's not forget about UConn and South Carolina for the women.
Yes.
Let's not forget about the women's. I ain't gonna lie, they had a good little game. UConn defending the title. I ain't gonna lie, I watched the game. I forgot her name though. I'm not gonna lie, I forgot her name. But she's getting drafted. She did really good last
Paige
night.
Buchers?
Yes.
She is nuts.
We didn't talk about how dominant UConn has been in women's basketball in the NCAA.
UConn is really,
Their program is down.
they're beasts.
Yes.
They're
UConn in women's basketball is kind of like Alabama in college football.
Yeah, that's a good comparison.
Yeah.
That's a great comparison.
And real quick, I want to shout out the UB Bulls women's basketball team.
Oh yeah, they had a game, right?
Yeah. NIT championship. Shout out to UB.
We did something.
Yes, sir. It was 88-84 against Troy. That was a really good game. I watched that. It was on national TV. Shout out to Daniel Schieser, the announcer. I love me to Schieser.
Was he actually?
Yeah, he's the announcer.
No way. I did not know that.
He's the
I did
announcer
not.
at UB.
Good for him.
All right.
Let's
Good
go,
job.
Schuster.
Got the move.
All right. Y'all got anything
Good
else?
moves, good moves.
Y'all got anything else about the national championships?
Honestly, I just want to say that I'm kind of surprised Florida won. They were
Florida was definitely not who I had.
Yeah, no, I did not. I was,
I
was pulling for Duke the whole
ones I
time.
had the least confidence in. I had
Yeah,
all the
exactly.
I thought Houston was.
Wait, so quick question. This is a little off topic, but what seed did Michigan finish in?
I do not.
They were the
know.
fifth seed.
Yeah, I think 5.
Who
Talk
they
about-
lose to? I ain't gonna lie, shout out Roddy Gale.
I know we didn't talk about Roddy Gale.
Shout out Roddy Gale.
Yes, sir.
Niagara Falls, you feel me? Shout
Niagara
out
Falls.
Roddy Gale.
Yes, sir.
He did pretty good in the tournament.
He did.
He did bad.
He repped us very well, and I hope he continues to do well in his basketball career.
Actually, I forgot to mention. I got to talk about this heartbreak. This absolute heartbreak. Flashback to last basketball episode. McNeese State didn't finish, unfortunately.
Or couldn't pull through.
No, they couldn't. Or Mr. Orr cannot pull through. And
Although
I think
that first win against Clemson
it was
nuts.
unmade
I
of.
did not expect that at all.
Yeah,
I was in my living room just screaming like, "Come on, yeah!"
Yo, who had McNeese winning? Why are we talking about McNeese?
Hunter had McNeese
I had
winning it all
McNeese
the
win
way.
this whole thing.
Did you put that in the sheet? Did you put that in the sports management?
Yes.
All right.
How did you not get last place? How did
Hunter was going just off of vibes, and he got the best vibes from
Here's the
McNeese.
thing. Florida, they got like a 7'9" guy on their squad. I gotta say, their vibes are pretty high. He don't play, but
And
he's
SEC, I mean, SEC vibes are always
You want to
up
know
there.
who was also? You want to know somebody who's basically 7'9" 2 in the NBA? The Joker. And guess what? The Joker just scored 41, 15, and 13 with Russell Westbrook selling his oh my gosh, what is it called? Yo, somebody remind me what's the word?
Selling his team
Record? No, record. His record. He needed one more assist for a
Oh,
record.
a triple-double?
Yes, the triple-double record.
Triple-double record?
And Russell Westbrook missed the layup and sold
Oh,
the
that's
game.
tough. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. You know, Russell. You know, he's been a
No,
lot better.
wait,
on
we
the
not
defense.
gonna hate on Russell Westbrook.
No.
Like Russell Westbrook,
He's already been
definitely-
through enough.
He's
got a
definitely,
Russell Westbrook has.
He went from OKC to Houston to where he's at now. Was he in LA too? Was he?
was
Yeah, he was in
LA
LA for a little
He was
bit.
in
Then
LA.
he went to
That
the
was
Clip-
bad. That
Then he
was
went to
bad.
the Clippers and then.
Oh snap!
Yeah, he
See,
was-
Well, he was
Yeah.
on both LA teams.
He was in
But
LA.
I
He
feel like
was-
that's like a normal thing once you get old in the league. Like you start
Yeah.
becoming like a team hopper. Like
Yeah,
he's
for sure.
Like
He
look,
tried to
at,
get
like
his
look
ring.
at Chris Paul. He's been on every
I
team.
know. Look,
Yeah.
that's how Carmelo Anthony finished his career.
He
Hey,
did,
all right,
yeah.
all right. We're not gonna hate on Carmelo.
We're not gonna. I'm just saying.
yeah.
But
Oh yeah,
Carmelo
shout out-
Anthony.
Yo,
Yo,
shout
shout
out
out
Carmelo
He
Anthony.
made
Hall
it
of
the
Famer.
best Hall of Fame.
Class of
Shout
2025
out-
Hall of
shout
Famer
out-
Carmelo Anthony, the
Shout
GOAT.
out Carmelo.
So also Dwight Howard. I'm
Yes,
happy
sir.
he got in there too. He's like.
Oh yeah, Dwight
Dwight
Howard did
Howard.
get in there.
Dwight Howard,
That was a
great.
good one. That
Shout
was
Dwight
a
out
good
Howard,
to
an
him.
all-time
one.
great.
Ooh, I got a question for y'all. Like, who do you guys think should win the MVP race?
Shay.
Shay or Joker?
I think
That's
Shea,
a good one. You guys can answer too in the comments. Who do you guys feel like should win the MVP race?
Shea an
Yeah.
MVP merchant.
Shay. It's
Or,
See, I
said MVP a free throw merchant.
I-
Free throw
see,
merchant.
I have
He a
to-
free throw merchant.
I have to go
You got-
Jokic. I personally,
He
I'm
averaging
with
like
Jokic.
18 free throws a game,
like-
yo.
Yeah.
What you got
Wait,
to
who-
say about that? Shea averaging like 10,
I'm not gonna lie.
15.
Shay is averaging that much, but he's producing.
He
He's
is points to
producing.
points,
He's
but-
averaging
I'm
like
not-
40, 45 a game.
and like,
Literally. I ain't gonna lie, assists could be better, but and then his defense on top of that, like, come on now.
I
I
think.
mean, the
They're-
Oklahoma City
on-
Thunder.
And then they're 64 and 14. They're
they're
so
very
close to
Yeah.
getting 70 wins
That
in the
is
league.
true.
Like
Yeah.
that's a
Shea-
stereotype in
they're-
the league where it's like teams can't hit 70 games anymore. Like
They got a game against LA tonight, the Lakers. That's gonna be a real good game.
That's gonna be a-
that's
oh,
be
yeah.
it's gonna be a good
That
game,
might-
but you have to remember
I
LA.
might actually watch that.
LA's not
Nothing
known for
going
their
on.
defense. They just
Yeah.
got
No, they just got rid of
LeBron,
them.
and
Yeah.
Luka. And Luka's just he's supposed to just score and get assists. He's not like he's not there for defense.
Yeah, they're great. They're not great defensively, especially considering they
I wanna-
just got rid of
I
their
wanna
best,
say something.
probably their
I
best
wanna-
defensive player for Luka.
Exactly. And
So-
then on top of that, my fault. On top of that, OKC has defense. They can rebound. They can assist. Their whole team can shoot. They're all around and they're tall.
For sure, yeah. They got Isaiah Hartenstein now on
Isaiah
center. They still got
Hartenstein.
Chet Holmgren. I wish Isaiah
They got
Hartenstein
Alex
was
Caruso.
on
Like,
Dude, I miss
yo,
him.
I really
miss
love
him.
Alex Caruso. Like, he's really just
Alex
like
Caruso.
the
Alex
best
Caruso's-
bald
Yes.
white player I know.
that was a good trade. I don't know why the Bulls traded him.
Anyways, as I was saying, I think that MVP should be Shea. However, I'm not disrespecting Jokic because Jokic is influential, proving that fat white man can play in the NBA.
Yo, okay. I think if Jokic hadn't won MVP before, I think that he would have a better chance. I think people might be like, I think there might be a little voter fatigue. I don't know if people are gonna want to vote for him again. I think it might be cooler to see a new face, and trying
Honestly,
to establish Shea as the new face of the league.
I
think
feel
it'd be
like
good
I feel
to
like honestly, I feel like Luka should have won last year instead of Jokic. I think it should have been Luka.
yeah,
Debatable.
We on this year now though. We on
Yeah,
this
we
year.
are.
this year, personally, I feel like I don't know. I just always hear about big men getting MVP. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
like you
Yeah.
always hear
That's how
that
it's
though.
been
Like
the past
Joel
few
Embiid.
years. Yeah, it's been
Like,
a lot
come
of
on,
Giannis.
I'm tired. Giannis worked.
I think the last.
I'm not gonna lie though. Giannis did have a crazy game too. 36, 15, and 10. Bringing the Bucks to OT against the Heat. He had a good game too.
Wasn't James Harden the last guard to win MVP?
It's been a minute.
Yeah,
I think so.
I think
Actually, yeah.
When
yeah,
even was that? Was
on
I
that?
think
top
that
of
was
that,
2017.
I'm a big
17 or
OKC
18.
fan, so like
No,
me
18
like
Giannis-
seeing OKC do good for me. I want to see that. I want to see
For
Shea.
sure. I
for me
think they
get
might.
MVP.
I think they might
like
be my
that.
second favorite team for sure.
But like, do they have? The question is, do they have the experience to get them past like someone experienced like LeBron and Luka? They've made it to the finals before. They could.
Oh, that was
The
a
thing
good
is,
one.
they haven't been to the finals, but I mean,
That's
they were
a
in the
young
playoffs
team
last
though. Like
year.
you gotta.
Yeah, it's a very young
you have
team. They're
you have
not
to
very-
remember though. Like OKC is like a fresh young team. Like I don't think anybody in their starting five is over
Yeah.
24, 25
they're
years
all
old.
very
Experienced
They
game.
got the
They don't have
experienced
that-
vets though. They
Besides
have
like Alex
now.
Caruso, like
Yeah.
he's been there before. Like I feel like Alex Caruso, he's gonna be a good a good part of them. Well,
For
like
sure.
once they make that finals push, because they're gonna
Yeah.
they're gonna make it to the playoffs. Obviously, they're
Yes.
64-14.
Yeah, so not even talking
Oh,
about
the
Shea,
Cavs, too.
Jalen Williams on the OKC. We'll switch our teams in a second, but Jalen Williams, J-Dub, he's going crazy too with Shea.
Right.
It was
Shout
an
out,
all-star.
shout out,
That was an
shout out.
all-star this year.
Yeah, that whole team is crazy.
Maybe Chet will be an
Yeah.
all-star someday.
Maybe switching teams though. I want to talk about the Detroit Pistons real quick. They are back in the playoffs for the
coming
first
back.
time.
I did not expect
After
them.
that,
I did
it's
not
been-
expect them going
It's
to the
been
playoffs this year.
extremely long time. I
Yeah,
low-key forgot how
Holy
long it's
crap!
It's
Zach
been a while.
LaVine scoring 43
been.
on the
Yes,
Pistons.
they went
Yes.
him
Holy
and DeMar DeRozan went crazy.
crap!
Yes.
Zach
Low-key.
LaVine destroyed them. I'm still kind of hurt about that trade though, De'Aaron Fox.
That upset
Sorry,
you?
though.
That
Sorry,
really
though.
upset you, man?
It kind of did upset me. I ain't gonna lie. It
I
kinda
mean,
did upset
at least DeMar and Levine are back together again.
Yeah, low key. I think the vibes. I don't know though. Good trade, I guess. I don't know. What do you think? The Kings are a weird team right
They're
now. I
very,
don't know.
they're off and
I'll
on.
look at the-
They're
Yeah,
super
I
I feel like the
iffy.
problem is they're the Sacramento Kings. Like
Yeah.
nobody really thinks about the Sacramento Kings like how you
Yeah,
think
they're-
about like the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah.
Like you know what I
For
mean?
sure,
Like
yeah.
and then on top of that, like they're all like so close to each other too. It's like
Yeah.
you would
so
think, but it's really not like that.
I think the only way the Kings make the playoffs is the Grizzlies continue like to choke. Because right now, I think at one point they were like in the top 3, but now they falling to 8th. They're not even in the top 6, not
Actually-
even in the playoffs.
Real
Yeah.
quick though, I want to talk. Speaking of the Grizzlies, out of nowhere, it was last week they fired their head coach. Out of nowhere, it was really random.
Here's
They
what
were-
I'm thinking happened.
They
I'm
was
thinking,
pushing. They was pushing. They in the playing right now. They was pushing for that playoff spot, and then they fired their head coach. I think it's a really weird move to make with like less than 15 games in the season. I think that's a weird adjustment period that it has to be made when you bring in a new coach with less than like 20 games left.
That's not something you want to do.
Yeah, per
That
nine.
is
horrible.
You're just
horrible.
begging
It's a
for a
bad
collapse.
decision. It's a
You're
bad
just begging for a
Yeah,
collapse
so
to happen.
something must have happened like behind the scenes that we don't know about for him to get fired like with us in 20 games.
Here's
left
what
in the
I'm
season.
thinking happened. I'm thinking, you feel me? Ja probably brung a little something in the locker room he shouldn't have brung in there. We all know how Ja gets, you feel me?
All right.
So I'm thinking Ja probably brung something in the locker room he wasn't supposed to bring in there. The coach is probably like, hey, it's either you, feel me?
No,
Get this out my locker room or you feel
They
me?
need
You're
to-
off this
I'm
team.
not
And both sides started to have a little collapse and upper management was probably like, hey, well, we're going to have to go at our player because he's the one scoring his points every night.
But
I
now
feel like that's what happened.
they need to like Ja needs like control Ja, and I like Ja as a player. He's very exciting. One of the most exciting players I've seen in a while, actually. Like
I mean, he's this season. Jaws definitely had a down year. He's been injured a little bit, but I
he's
think
he's still a good player.
he's still
reliable.
good. Don't get me wrong, but he's not the same player that he was last season.
I just hope
in
he doesn't
23,
have
I'd say.
like. I just don't want him to have like a Zion Williams type
His-
of moment.
yeah,
Like,
his-
bro, he stays injured I don't think Zion has completed a single
It's been
NBA
probably
season
since his rookie year,
since
but it's been a minute.
like I don't think he
and
has.
whenever Zion's on the court, he's actually amazing.
Yeah, no, Zion's
Yeah.
he's a great player. He's very productive, but he just can't stay on the court.
I remember like a few seasons ago, like the main stereotype about him was he was overweight.
I mean, yeah.
He was overweight. Like they were saying, oh, he's overweight, so he can't do this. He's overweight, so he can't do this or that. But in high school and college, he was doing
Doing that
that.
every time. Yeah, exactly.
So I feel like,
But to be fair, this is the pros. Like things don't
Yeah.
work like that in the pros.
yeah, you're right. Things don't work like that in the pros, but I just feel like all the pressure and the stereotyping and all the stuff getting to his head kind of messed up his flow and his game. I mean, he couldn't just play. He couldn't just be himself on the court. He had to play. He had to do something he wasn't used to, and that kind of messed up his game. Although him getting hurt is, you feel me? You gotta tighten up on that. You were hurt every season. I haven't seen a Zion Williams like highlighted forever. Oh my gosh.
Dude, I want to talk about something real quick. I was thinking about March Madness again. I want to talk about a hypothetical that could happen right now. The San Antonio Spurs are out of the playoffs now. Unfortunately, Wemby is out for the season. Had like some
A
blood
back
clot in his
issue,
shoulder.
right, or something.
It was a
like
blood
that?
He had a
clot.
blood
blood
clot.
clot.
He could be out for a while actually.
Bro,
Yeah,
and then here we go again. Like, I was really thinking that little two right there. You feel me?
De'Aaron Fox,
De'Aaron
and they
Fox
could have went
and
crazy.
Wemby. I'm
And then you had
thinking,
Chris
but here's-
Paul. Got Chris Paul too.
Chris Paul too.
Yeah,
Solid.
let me think about this though. They could be in contention for the #1 pick again this year. Imagine if they got Cooper Flag.
Cooper Flag, yeah.
Imagine if
Cooper
they had-
Flag and Wemby on the
Yo,
same
shout
team.
out Duke.
Yeah, shout out,
no.
shout out Duke, but they didn't
I was
get
pulling
it,
for him, but
unfortunately, I thought they had it in.
I mean,
Yeah,
Duke always.
seriously.
I mean, Duke always chokes in the playoffs.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Like, remember 2011 when they lost to Lehigh?
Yeah, but could you imagine though if it was Cooper Flag and Wemby, two generational talents on
Yeah,
the same team?
That is true.
Yeah,
With
like,
De'Aaron Fox and
future faces of the NBA,
that's
really,
insane.
like, they are.
Yeah, if that happened, that would be crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, return of like the glory days with Duncan and Ginobili and Parker and
Manu
Kawhi.
Ginobili, holy crap, man.
That's a throwback.
That just brought back some memories right there.
Oh my God. Yo,
All right.
real quick, I want to talk too about, this is my favorite team. I absolutely love the New York Knicks. That's my team right there.
Word.
For the other day, they just hit
The
50.
Knicks?
Yeah. What you got to say about the Knicks? Come
Yeah,
on,
you
man.
got something to say about the Knicks?
Come on, what you
What's
gonna
up?
say?
I don't.
Honestly, I mean, like, my boy Kristaps is there, Brunson's there. Like, I don't really have any.
Kristaps been off
He
some
was
bucks.
no. I'm saying he
He
was
was.
there.
Yeah, I was
So,
about
like,
to say, I
have,
was like,
you feel me?
what?
That's why I was like, he was there. I have nothing bad to say about that.
I wish Steven Chandler was on the Knicks. I really wanted to see.
I
him.
wish
Oh,
he did get
when
yeah.
LeBron goes there, you feel me? Shout out LeBron.
I
LeBron
hope,
going crazy. I ain't
if
gonna lie.
LeBron went to the Knicks, that would make me such a happy.
When there were those trade rumors about him before they got Luka, I was like, please go to the Knicks. I know it's not gonna happen,
I was
but
hoping LeBron.
please.
I mean, as a Warriors fan, I wanted LeBron to go to the.
Oh yeah,
Honestly-
no, LeBron and the Warriors would have gone nuts.
The only other team I could have seen LeBron going to this late in his career. You guys ready for it?
Oh Lord.
About to say something.
Oh no, I think you know.
About
What
to
you're
say
saying.
something crazy.
wicked, Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna say that. 'Cause I don't want to hear the LeBron haters in the comments. So I'm not even-
No, what are you gonna say?
Say it. Come on, what you got?
Wait, hold on, I want to predict
What do you think I was gonna say?
the Cavs.
That would have been tough.
No, I would have been happy to see that.
Like, let's say, like,
I thought you were going a completely different direction. Never mind.
Okay, he's not gonna say.
He's
all
not
right.
gonna say it.
But I think
We're good.
back on the Knicks. That would have been crazy. But the Knicks
That would've
back
been
to
I would
back
have loved that actually.
50 back-to-back 50-win seasons. That's massive. That's the first time that the Knicks have done that
Since
in-
like the 70s.
Yeah, since the 70s.
Since they won the since they won the
Walt
championship.
Clyde Frazier era,
Uh-huh.
dude.
Yeah,
It's
no.
been a minute. I think dude, if the Knicks, oh my goodness, the Knicks, I don't even know where to begin. If they, hopefully get a good matchup, hopefully against Detroit maybe in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I think if the Knicks could go against Detroit in the playoffs, that'd be an easy first round.
I'm just concerned. Can the Knicks make a run? They have to because they
100%.
haven't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Let me
Dude,
give you a
Karl
full
Anthony Towns
breakdown.
is so
No.
done.
Let me give you.
Cat is
Brunson
so
and Cat
know
are
about
good,
that
but like,
one.
and they got a good supporting cast. But can they beat the best teams? They haven't beat the
OG,
any good
listen.
teams.
This is true. This season we have yet to beat the Boston Celtics. We are 0-3, I believe. Today,
Well, duh, that's the
today we
Celtics,
beat.
though.
Okay, stop glazing the Celtics. All right, pal.
Like, come on.
We
now.
play the Celtics again
Did you
today.
expect to beat the
we-
the reigning finals?
The anomaly.
Yeah, OG Anunoby just dropped 30 the other day. I love OG Anunoby. I don't know if y'all seen this, but Suni Lee, the Olympic gold medalist, was courtside at the Knicks game. And OG Anunoby decided to go crazy. OG Anunoby
Went
was
off.
doing windmill. Oh, he did
Hey,
like
Jordan-
He
did
had never done a 360
Yes,
dunk in
that
his
was
life.
wicked.
Hey, Jordan Poole did it first.
Stuff.
Jordan Poole started the
Yeah.
influence of just balling in front of baddies.
He did.
OG Anunoby went absolutely crazy, and ever since Jalen Brunson went out, OG Anunoby has truly stepped up his game.
Yeah, he's been
and
super
now
productive, super
Jalen Brunson is back, and he was goated last game, and I can't wait to see what they're like. Mikal Bridges has stepped up his play immensely. When he got traded to the Knicks, he had a little bit of a slow start.
Yeah,
but
I was a big
worried.
Mikal
I
Bridges
was-
doubter for so
dude,
long. I was like, we need to get
actually-
rid of him.
I was terrified because we traded a lot of picks.
And then you
But
got
now I'm like,
Okay.
we gotta talk about Josh Hart too. He's actually been
Josh
Hart,
Hart is a great role player.
a
He does-
reliable,
Yeah, he
he's
does his job amazing.
like
What
they got,
about-
he got a good one of the better starting fives. I'm like like one of the better starting fives in the league. It's just
Yeah,
can
we
they put it
didn't
all
even
together?
mention Carl Anthony Towns.
Oh
Yeah,
my
no,
God.
Carl Anthony Towns, like one of the most
When he
dominant
got
players in the league
when
right
he
now.
got traded, I was so lost. Like I
was
so
surprised.
confused.
I was surprised as well.
I didn't
but
know
that
I'm happy
trade,
about it.
though.
I
I
mean,
mean, I wish.
Yeah, but it came
Dante-
at cost of the Nova Knicks.
It did. I wish
It-
Dante DiVincenzo didn't get
The
traded.
chemistry would have been
because
so
he
much
was-
better.
It would have been cool,
but the
we have,
chemistry,
like,
yeah, it would have been fun, but it would have made us a lot worse.
We
Probably.
have, oh yeah, probably, but
We
It
have
was fun.
too many guards. We're a very
Yeah.
guard-heavy team. We don't have a lot of big men.
Oh,
So
speaking
I
of-
think, yeah.
Oh
you
my
see that
God!
commercial? You
Hold
see that
up.
commercial with the Nova
Oh,
with
that's a good
Brunson,
commercial, yeah.
with
Yeah.
Brunson and
Y'all seen that? AT&T, yeah.
Brunson, Hart, Bridges, and DiVincenzo.
What we
Yeah.
about to do?
Oh, I completely forgot to talk about my son Dante Sabonis. I really have nothing to say about him. I just remember watching the documentary, and they were talking about how he doesn't really get recognized, and he's a dog, and his
Sabonis,
father was a dog
yeah.
in Portland too. So I just wanted to say
Sabonis is a
shout out,
great
shout
player.
out Sabonis. You know what I mean?
For sure, for sure.
But back to what I was really gonna say. Have you guys heard about the Timberwolves and Anthony Edwards' third baby mom? third baby mom. Holy crap, dude.
And Edwards got that dog. And Edwards got that dog in him. What can I say?
Family-friendly
Wait,
content.
and then here's the funny part.
Tread lightly. Be
We're
careful.
family-friendly.
We got
We're very family friendly. Here's the funny part about it. He paid that girl
All up
$1.8
front.
million up front.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, to be fair, I mean,
crazy.
it's crazy.
That is a smart move. That's a power move by Ann Edwards.
He gave her her own contract.
Like literally, like that's how I was thinking when I seen it. Like he literally he did something right there. Like I don't know if it was good or
Anthony-
bad, but he did.
Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards is KD. If KD was just
Nah, Cap. He's more like a Jordan, bro.
because like
Anthony Edwards,
Anthony
bro.
Edwards tries to like and model his personality after KD.
I feel
You
like
seen it in the Olympics after they were together like almost the whole time. Any clips you saw KD and Ant talking
Yeah,
about?
they were. Yeah, he was like
feel
following
like-
around like he was a little kid.
Yeah, I feel like he does that, but I feel like he just resembles Jordan more, like the flashy plays, the shots, the
I
arrogance,
just see
the
the
personality, the dunks. He gives me like Jordan vibes with a little, but the nonchalantness, I'll give it to KD. He gets that from KD though.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if y'all seen the documentary about the Olympic team this year, but Anthony
yeah, I
Edwards,
watched
watched
it.
that. Anthony Edwards and KD were like, they would not leave each other's side.
I gotta
They was
finish that. I
like,
started
they were
watching it, I
tight.
never
they was
finished.
hanging around each other heavy.
Yo, shout out Curry too.
Oh,
For sure, for sure.
Shout out Curry, bro.
I love Steph Curry. I am a Warriors fan. I love Steph Curry.
Yo, let's talk about the Warriors actually.
I do
real
want to
quick.
talk about the Warriors.
Yo, ever since at the beginning of the season,
I
you
was
know,
worried. I was actually worried for the
Yo,
Warriors.
Jimmy
for sure.
Butler,
Jimmy,
yo.
yeah, as
Jimmy
soon as
Butler.
Jim
Butler
get
got
buckets.
traded,
Yo,
Steph's been on an MVP run ever since they got Jimmy. Like that's,
and
Yeah,
it was
Steph has
crazy.
been-
Like everybody was just counting him out. He couldn't hit a 3-point shot in like the second half of a game. Like he was just getting counted out, and
Yeah.
now he's balling out. Like
Yeah, for sure.
that just shows don't hate on Curry and the Warriors, boy.
ever since they got
Don't
Jimmy,
hate
I
on
think
Curry
Steph's
and the Warriors, boy.
Steph's
You know
scored
who I-
60 twice, I think.
He went crazy. I'm not gonna hate on the Warriors, but I'm gonna hate on one person real quick though. Draymond Green.
Draymond
Yo, how did I know
Green.
you was?
Draymond, I knew it too.
Listen, I'm gonna just say something.
Oh
Right before, literally like a couple days ago, he went on the ESPN talking about how he don't know how long he's gonna keep playing,
Mm-hmm.
and he said he wants to win another Defensive Player of the Year before he retires. So
Boy.
listen, and right before this, he was not even considered to be like a nominee for the Defensive Player of the Year, and all of
And
a
now
sudden,
he is?
right after he said that on the
Yeah.
sports books, he is the most heavily favored person to win the Defensive Player of the Year.
But-
If Draymond really wins the Defensive Player of the Year, the whole NBA is rigged, and Draymond Green has something over Adam Silver because there's no way that Draymond Green
I
should
do
win
think
Defensive
Draymond's
Player of the Year.
seventh defense. However, there was a time where I thought we should have got rid of Draymond. Like in the past, like there was a time
He's good defense. I don't know. I think you could have gotten.
He's
rid
a
of
good player, but he's not Defensive Player of the Year.
I think he's
not
pro.
even close.
I will
He's-
say that he's not the player he once was. He's definitely not.
100. Well, he's mad old now.
Yeah, he's like, how old is he? Like early,
I think
like
Curry,
mid.
he's younger than Curry. I know that, but Curry,
So what? He's like 35, 30 something.
probably around there.
He looks older. He looks old.
It
He's
looks
got
older than
mad
Steph.
gray hair.
Yeah, he's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Can we talk about the predicted 1 seed, the Cavs?
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah, I mean,
They,
they've been.
like, I
Yeah, I look you. We waited to talk about
Yeah,
it. Yes,
they
talk
are-
about
I
Cavs,
did
I'm a
mention
bad
them
man.
earlier.
Insane.
Yes.
It's
Insane.
just crazy to me because, like, growing up watching LeBron James, you feel me, dunk on people in the Cavs jersey with Kyrie, you feel me, and all that stuff. Yo, who was the other dude? I forgot his name. J.R. Smith, feel me?
Yeah, J.R.
Yo,
Smith.
J.R. Smith, bro.
Shout out Kevin Love.
Holy
Oh,
crap.
I was gonna say
Kevin
that.
Love, bro.
Yeah, shout out
like, yo,
Kevin
shout out.
Love.
Yo, shout out the old squad in Cleveland, bro. That's crazy. It's
Yeah,
just
they were-
crazy seeing, like, remember, like, seeing that old squad, and now, like, you watch the Cavs game, it's just all young guys.
I mean, it's crazy. I mean, yeah, Donovan Mitchell, of course, all of them. Jarrett Allen, Evan Mobley. Evan Mobley's been going crazy. The whole team, I wasn't expecting them to go
No.
like this crazy. Like,
Yeah,
I knew
They-
they were a playoff contender. I didn't know they'd be this good.
I mean,
Yeah.
when the Knicks faced them in the playoffs a couple years ago, we smacked them. So, you know, I don't know.
That's because they weren't ready for the.
Like,
They weren't
honestly,
ready.
I don't know if y'all remember that quote
Honestly-
from Jarrett Allen, and he said the lights were too bright.
Yeah.
Y'all remember when Jarrett
Yeah.
Allen literally
Well,
said
like I
the
said
lights were
earlier,
too bright?
it's like I said earlier. Experience gets you far in the playoffs.
That's-
They didn't have experience.
That's a good point, and you know they're still you know a little fresh. You know Donovan Mitchell there. I don't know. I'm a little iffy.
I mean,
on them.
they're moved. Like last year, they won a playoff series.
Yeah.
We'll see how far they go this year. I think they can make it to the conference championship.
You think they could go all the way to the finals though?
The Celtics is going to be a tough matchup. I think.
I think they can beat the Celtics, though.
I think.
I feel like
They
the
can,
Cavs
but will
can beat
they?
them too, but they're not going to.
I don't. I really.
You gotta think
I
about
side-
it, like,
I think.
like, put the Cavs stats on paper next to the Celtics. Realistically, they're gonna have a better stats. The Celtics are 58-20, Cavs are 62-16. They're gonna have better stats, obviously, but I just feel like when it comes to who's been here before, like, you know, like like little things like
Yeah, of
that.
course,
You feel me?
yeah.
Like they're gonna have
Tatum
the
and Brown.
edge.
Tatum and Brown just been. They've
And then
been,
it's the Celtics.
The
like,
anomaly.
True. I mean, I think, in my opinion, I don't want to glaze the Knicks again, but I thought that the Knicks were like the most built team to face against the Celtics. They have McCallum.
I don't think the Knicks have beaten the Celtics.
I know they haven't. They haven't, and that's what I'm saying. I thought that they were like the most team that could beat them, and yet they haven't. And I think that the Celtics are just dominant. They find a way, and I think that it's just they're dominant. So
They definitely do.
Yeah, no, they.
But honestly, like with the Cavs doing so good at 62-16, first in their division, right? The East, the East, they're first in the East. Like I just felt like, but like I don't know, I just felt like teams out. Damn, I can't talk. I felt like there's other teams in the league who I feel like have more like players and potential, and like their coaching system is better. And I feel like they should be up there. Like for example, the Timberwolves are a perfect example. Bro, they got a solid squad. They got a solid squad, and they have Anthony Edwards. And it's like they get like blown out to second round. Like
that's yeah. I mean, truly, it didn't make much sense. I mean, now they got Julius Randle on the squad now. Julius Randle is such an iffy player. you
Yeah,
know.
he's very
such an off and
inconsistent.
on. I'm low key. I don't want to hate, probably, shout out Julius Randle, I guess, but I'm low key kind of glad he's off the Knicks squad.
Yeah.
I think we could go way further with Cat than we could with Julius Randle,
Absolutely.
and I think it's a weird thing going on in Minneapolis right now, or Minnesota, with and Julius Randle, Anthony Edwards, Rudy Gobert, all that.
Yeah.
I think right now we got to talk about how competitive the West has been.
Yeah, the West has been.
Yeah.
It's all of it is super neck and neck. Like those top three seeds are very.
That's
yeah,
what, like,
dude, I feel like the West is way more like
you got.
competitive compared to the East.
You got the like. I
by
think
far.
I think the top two. I think the Thunder and the Rockets. The Rockets been surprising actually.
the
Yeah, we
Rockets
haven't
are-
talked about the Rockets.
Yeah,
I
no,
mean,
they've
yeah.
been like very quietly good.
Yeah,
I never-
for sure. I haven't heard a lot about them, but they're the top. Like you
But
said,
they're
the second.
the
seed in
predicted
West.
2 seed. Yeah,
That's what I'm
they're-
saying. That's crazy.
I don't. Will this take them far in the playoffs though? Because like I said,
I see them
Experience
as
goes
that.
far.
I see them as either that team that's really good in the regular season and then just flops in the playoffs immediately, or the
Yeah.
opposite, in that they're very quietly good during the regular season and then they just kill it like super loud in the
that is
playoffs
also-
and make that
But
and
now we
make
got-
that championship run.
seeds 3 through 8. You got the Lakers, Nuggets, Clippers, Warriors, Timberwolves, and the Grizzlies clawing at each other, trying to get the seeding better. We'll see who that top,
sure.
and we'll see who finishes in the top 6.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll definitely see.
I want to talk about the 76ers real quick. I know they're not. Their season's about to be over because they're trash. But I just want to talk about how actually like miserable their season has been.
It's been heartbreak after heartbreak.
Yeah,
for
it
them.
couldn't have been a worse season for them. First, they signed Paul George, who was washed. He's injured now too, so he's not even playing anymore.
It is past.
Joel Embiid, before the season even started, he said that he wasn't even going to play back-to-back games anymore. Yeah, which is crazy to say out loud.
To say as an NBA veteran,
which is to say that he refuses to ever play in a back-to-back
Hold up.
again.
This is a person that people wanted to be MVP. Also, just saying.
I like that.
I wasn't trying to see that.
I like them being at his time, but now my opinion of him has gone down. I think he might be a lot from cancer.
And
I think the Sixers, their team is just way too old.
I think
Jared McCain, before he got injured, he could have been Rookie of the Year.
Absolutely. Yeah. I was pulling for him like all the way. I was saying Rookie of the Year.
Yeah,
he was
Jared McCain
the best.
was going crazy before he got injured, unfortunately.
And now he's doing TikTok dances.
Spurs definitely got Rookie of the Year back-to-back, by the way.
I think Stephon Castle is going to win?
This year. I feel like he is.
But now I think the 76ers championship window is closed. I think.
Yeah. It just depends. It just depends on really Joel Embiid. Like, they don't... which is crazy. Joel Embiid is so overrated in my opinion. I can't stand. I don't
feel like Joel Embiid.
I don't expect him to move on from this offseason. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think they move on from him.
I don't see that happening anytime soon.
I think once Jared McCain gets healthy again, I think he needs to move. I think he should not stay in Philly.
The 76ers are on a 12-game losing streak right now.
It's rough. I mean, they've had, I forgot how it was. They've had like the most in the history of the NBA, the most starting lineups ever. Like they've had so many different starting lineups. There's no consistency. There's no people can't get used to each other. That is that gets overlooked on who you play next to. You build chemistry with who you're on the court with. It's a big thing, and when you have starting lineups different all the time,
right?
You can't build that relationship.
When you're comfortable with like the other 4 people on the court, you move way more fluently.
Exactly.
Way more fluently.
Like the Knicks have had the same starting lineup the whole season.
Speaking of collapses, I think we need to talk about the Suns.
The Suns. What are we going to talk about the Suns? KD's out.
I know. KD's gone.
KD's washed. He's.
KD, I seen something the other day.
That's so sad to say.
I think that championship.
He was doing really good. KD was doing really good. I liked him earlier in the season, but
I think the Suns are another team that championship window's closed.
Absolutely. I think the championship window for KD
and they have a
good
squad too. Devin Booker, KD. Who's the big man again? Oh yeah, I forgot all about Bradley Beal.
Bradley Beal is holding the Suns captive right now. He literally.
He's in the same player.
The Suns, he's not. He's washed too. That's the problem.
Definitely washed.
Bradley Beal is on a disgusting contract. Bradley Beal is getting paid a disgusting amount of money, and I believe he's only one of 2 or 3 players in the entire NBA that have a no trade clause. Let's get LeBron James, I believe, Steph Curry, and Bradley Beal are like the 3 players.
The only time you'll ever hear Bradley Beal next to those 2 names.
I believe Bradley Beal is the 3rd player that has the no trade clause, and the Suns have tried to trade him consistently. They do not want him on the team
as they
anymore.
should.
And he's literally holding them hostage.
I mean, that's what happens when you sell your soul to the devil. The Suns try to like make all push, and it failed.
Yeah. I mean, they definitely tried, what the Brooklyn Nets tried to do again. That was they tried to do, the Brooklyn Nets thing. What's been proved a lot more recently is that building your team by trading for pieces doesn't really work. You have to have some homegrown talent on your team.
Yes.
You have to build you got to go through the process.
I think
you need those.
You need to get a young superstar, then you can make a star trade.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like trying to just build your team.
That's
with
why
just
the
a bunch
draft is so important.
Yes.
The draft is so important. And the Spurs have a really good chance at getting another diamond in the rough.
Yeah, the
Really
Spurs. The Spurs are in an amazing spot, which sounds crazy because they're out of the playoffs.
Right.
But next year, if Wemby is back healthy, and De'Aaron Fox will be back healthy again, that team is going to be dangerous. When they're all fully back, it's going to be.
It all depends. I think really that team is going to be dependent on what Wemby. Will he be, if he comes back, will he be the same player? How much is his blood clock going to affect him? That's my question.
As much, I mean, that is a true point. I mean, he can't work out, so he's going to be losing strength. It might take a little bit of time to come back. But
Did they put out like a projected time for him to come back? Like I know he's out for the season, but
I don't know. It's just kind of when it goes away.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, I mean, that's rough to have a blood clot.
that's to have that ruin your.
Dame Lillard also is suffering through a blood clot.
Yeah, I think I've seen that.
Like, I don't understand, like I obviously understand, like, being a professional athlete, your body's under way more strain than the average person. But, like, I'm starting to think, like, some of these injuries be fake. Like, come on now, Joel. Like, you're always injured.
Joel Embiid, obviously.
Sure.
KD, you came back. I remember he came back, and then, like, the next game, he had, like, a torn ACL or something.
I mean, it's all started with Kawhi Leonard.
I remember that. Yeah.
Kawhi Leonard, too.
Kawhi Leonard led the way to this.
Yeah, Kawhi
I
Leonard
feel like that's a
playing
big thing.
3 games a year.
I don't want to hate on Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard is a legend. I don't want to. I love the Clippers too. They're from.
Shout out Toronto.
Yeah.
I think Kawhi is I think a top 30 player all time, but I don't know if he's the player he once was.
I mean, of course, it's really. I mean,
He's not Spurs Kawhi, and he's not
Definitely
Toronto
this
Kawhi.
This season,
He
we've
should have stayed
definitely
with
seen-
Toronto.
He should have, yeah. But
That was.
This season, we've definitely seen a lot of the legends starting to slow down a little bit. It's
it's
kinda sad.
a
little
transitional
sad.
period.
Yeah.
We're moving
'Cause it's
from
like-
those old legends to these new younger
guys,
faces like Shea and Luca and.
I mean, still got
Edward, dang, when you pointed it out though.
It's
Yo,
kind of like
shout
the
out
end of an era.
Bronny James.
Bronny's been kind of
When
killing
he
it in the
go-
G
when he-
League.
When
Yeah,
he's going
the
crazy
G
in the G
League.
League, and when he had his opportunity to play in the NBA, I forgot how many points he had.
I think he was like 15.
Yeah, he's been scoring 10 points, and when
Yeah,
he's
no.
playing,
I don't think he's been
he's
that-
doing good.
People, I think,
are hating.
Yeah, people put so much weight on him
For-
because he's LeBron's son.
For
but
a
for
55th pick,
exactly.
he's doing everything he needs to. There are picks that happened before him that haven't even played in the NBA yet. He's doing everything that he needs to. He's doing well. There's no reason to hate on Bron.
I think in the past 20 years he's been the best 55th overall pick.
Yeah.
He scored the most points. He's
Yeah.
not many
Now,
people.
I ain't gonna lie.
And this is coming from someone who I think he should have stayed at USC. I think he should have stayed at USC at least.
He
another year
definitely
USC.
should have developed. He could have
Yeah, he-
developed more, but
he
I
could
think
have, but-
in the G League, I think whatever iron sharpens iron, whatever the saying is.
I
And,
think-
he's playing against harder competition. Than he
Is
would
the
have in
G
college.
League really harder than college basketball?
The-
though?
listen-
NBA is the NBA. I mean,
Yeah.
it's the
Come
G
on
League.
now. Bronny James just went to the G League and dropped 36 points, and in the
That's
NBA
impressive.
game,
Yeah.
in the NBA game he had 4 points.
He
Reminds
had
you, the
dropped
NBA,
15.
Yeah, he's
No,
dropped.
no, no, no,
he's
no. Remind you, the NBA is way hard. It's probably the hardest basketball league
I mean, of
out
course,
there,
yeah.
obviously. With players like Jordan and Kobe and LeBron and all them dudes
Rest in
playing
peace,
in it.
Kobe.
RP Kobe. All those dudes playing in it respectably. The NBA is obviously the hardest.
I mean, yeah. I mean, there's no. I'm not trying to say that the G League
Yeah.
is like.
No,
yeah,
no, I know.
I don't
know
think
you're
we
not
need to. I
saying
don't
that.
think we need to put.
I just want us to remember that the G League has significantly less you feel me, opponents compared to the NBA. On top of that, Bronny James, it's I'm not talking about you guys in particular either. I'm just giving y'all something to think about. Bronny James is LeBron James' son, as you said. He's young. It's his first year in the NBA. He's playing on the same team as his father, LeBron James. And on top of that, he has to worry about all those LA Lakers fans and LeBron fans and those TikTokers and everybody just on his back 24/7 when he's just out here to play ball. Yeah. And we also have to remember he just had a cardiac arrest.
Yeah,
no, that's crazy.
That's
I feel like that didn't get enough attention.
He's.
We want him to be the next LeBron, coming out here dunking like his dad and doing crazy stuff at 40 years old like his dad, but he's still recovering from a heart injury.
Yeah, no.
And for someone who's recovering from a heart injury, he's actually done pretty good.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
He definitely has.
I think
shout out Bronny, bro.
Yeah, I think
Shout
Bronny.
out Face.
I think Bronny.
He's
Shout out
Face.
Face.
Phase up.
No free promo though. My fault, y'all. No free promo.
Yeah, no, I think Bronny is. I think he's the best 55th pick I've ever seen. Like he's definitely. I think people are just putting way too much pressure on him to be as good as his dad
I think
or
in
whatever.
5 years he could be really good.
Absolutely.
It just got to take time.
Absolutely,
He's gotta be
he needs
patient.
those years. He needs those years to develop.
Yeah.
I'll give him 3 years.
3 years.
I'll give him 3 years because you got to think about it. If you're really that diamond in the rough, like for example, who's a player who just came out and just instantly was like, I'm trying to think, John Moran. Bro, if you really that dog, bro, you gonna get on that floor and you gonna show people that you're that dog. Like that's what Ja did. Anthony Edwards, for example, he did the same thing.
You know, people take time to develop though. You know, when Jalen Brunson, when he came into the league with the Dallas Mavericks, he wasn't that guy. I mean, he was in the number 2
Right.
option.
Oh, no, look at Steph.
Next to
Yeah,
Luka.
but
Look
he
at
was
Steph
on a
Curry.
team with Luka Doncic.
True,
so
but like he's not
Kyrie
the guy
Irving,
he is now.
like he didn't, and then he's a guard. Like how can you expect Brunson to show you his full potential when he
Next
has
to
guys
Luka.
like Kyrie and Luka, like feel me, ball dominant guards on the team. Like he needed his own place to go develop, and that's what he did. But I feel like Bronny low key kind of has that. He's just not there yet. Feel me? I feel he needs more time to develop.
Yeah, I mean that's completely okay too. And I mean,
I just
he'll
don't
be
think. I just don't think Bronny's gonna be a dog. He's
No,
gonna,
nobody said that he was going to be a
Nobody-
dog. I just think that he's.
You're right.
better than
you
people are
right.
giving him
You right.
credit for.
We didn't say
I
that,
think he
but
could be
everybody
a solid role
thinks
player.
that.
Like,
Yeah, he's
not
gonna
gonna
be
be LeBron James.
No.
obviously.
Oh yeah, definitely not.
Although I look like.
I feel like
This
his
is
other
crazy.
son is though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I was just about to say Bryce
where'd he go
looks.
to college?
I
The
think
other one?
I think
Bryce.
he's going
Bryce
to Phoenix,
is in
somewhere in Phoenix.
Nah, Bryce is in high school, I think.
Yeah,
No,
he's
he just
he
committed
just
though.
got he just
Oh, he just
committed
committed?
to
Okay.
I forgot
yeah,
where he went to.
I think University of Phoenix or something.
Oh, where?
Yeah, Bryce. Listen, he's nice. In high school, he is nice. He is. They just won like their state championships or California state championships
I mean,
or whatever.
As we were saying earlier, like how about like you said that earlier, like we're seeing all the old legends start to slow down. I mean, other than LeBron and Steph, everyone's slowing down. Like, I think LeBron and Steph are still playing at a high level, but
Yeah,
everybody
LeBron.
else,
For sure.
it's
Yeah,
just those two.
Yeah,
You know what's crazy? I feel like it's a reason those LeBron and stuff are still playing at a high level. And I feel like
They came from Akron, Ohio. That is why they're both. It's Akron, Ohio. Whatever they put in the water.
there's something in the water
yeah,
in the
it's
food over
Akron,
there.
Ohio. That's why.
Yeah, I might actually have to move to Akron, Ohio.
My
Word,
bad, my
I'm
bad.
having my kids in Akron, Ohio.
I don't know.
I gotta meet a woman in
me
Akron,
personally-
Ohio.
Yeah, word.
Here's what I think happened. I feel like Curry was like, all right, I'm about to, put it up. I got kids now. Feel me? I got a beautiful wife. Hey, you can hit my line too if you ever want to. I feel like that's what he was thinking, and Nathan was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna slow it down." Wifey said I had to, put it up.
Yeah.
You know, I
And
think
then-
LeBron's actually hinted that he might retire after this year. I think he might.
I don't think.
Maybe if
He's
you won,
40.
maybe if you won like a chip.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I
but
think
he's not
I
gonna
think
win
he's
shit,
waiting
bro.
for that.
It's
I think.
not happening. I'm not.
You don't think
gonna
you can
lie.
win a chip with Luka?
Oh,
mean,
I think
Brady didn't-
I think it's absolutely in the
don't-
cards for them.
I mean,
I think
Brady
it's
didn't retire-
absolutely possible.
Brady didn't retire after he won a chip. Brady didn't retire. He
After
didn't win a
the Bucks-
championship
after
when
the
he
Bucks
retired.
Super Bowl.
Tom Brady.
Yeah, but he had just won. He had just
that's
won
Tom
right
Brady,
after he
though.
moved the year
Yeah,
before
I mean,
that.
true. But
I mean, you can make the same argument for when he won in 2020.
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse ring.
I don't
not-
know, but I do. I mean, hey, the Lakers do have a shot. I do think that they definitely could make it to the finals.
I mean, they have Luka, who just came off an insane championship run.
Do we gotta?
Or
Yo,
that sure he
Luka,
lost, but like
oh
he is
my
still.
God.
Yo, we
I
still
got
got-
two things I want to get at real quick.
We gotta talk about that trade actually.
Yo,
Yeah, I think it
that
happened so long ago, but it's
yo,
still insane.
genuinely
I'm so
might-
glad you brought that up.
It's
That
still.
trade, I got a few things to say about that trade.
It's been 2 months.
One,
It's been 2 months and everybody's still freaking out over
Because
it.
it's the craziest. It's like the biggest. trade.
Dallas. I don't know what the heck y'all be drinking in Dallas.
Ever since
They are
But y'all need to stop
I think Luka
drinking
put a
that
curse
stuff.
on Dallas. Everything's been going wrong for them.
seriously. Dallas, they are just. They're.
Even some of their like role
Yo,
players have been
they are
going
so
down with injuries.
Exactly. Like
How
AD,
do you
they
trade?
got AD and then he got injured a week later.
Hold
And
up.
he actually did good in that game.
He did, yeah.
How do you trade a franchise player
The best young player
for
in the
a
game.
injury-prone player?
That's like trading.
He's like a catfish, like he's like a catfish, like I don't know how to explain it. Like he looks like a star player, but like
But
once
then
you
as
take
soon as
off
you-
the cover, it's
yeah.
like injuries,
Yeah.
money.
It's like
can't-
trading Josh Allen for Matt Stafford. I think.
Yeah, exactly. I saw that comparison too. It is, he's so.
Nah, it's like trading Josh Allen for like, dang.
Yeah, no, he is. Luka is doing. He's
Jacoby
doing great.
Brissett.
Listen, Luka's doing great on the Lakers, and I think that I think for the Lakers, it's the best trade they've ever had. I think Luka is absolutely insane, and I think the combo of Luka and LeBron, like it's. I know I'm glazing, but LeBron, greatest player of all time, with probably the best young guy in the
I
league.
mean,
Ohio.
even when Luka was in Dallas, people were calling him the next LeBron.
Exactly. Luka's the next face of the NBA. Even after LeBron retires, he's
The only
still going to
difference
be
is Luka's a
great in
guard.
LA. Exactly.
Okay, I'm tired of hearing this face of the NBA stuff getting shouted out. Like, bro, if it's not Anthony Edwards and it's Luka, if it's not Luka, then it's John Morant. If it's not John Morant, then it's that dude in Milwaukee. If it's not Giannis, then it's somebody else. Like shoot, like it's so many faces of the NBA. I just feel.
I
like,
look at it
Well,
as
I don't
who's
think
the
it's a
most
face-
recognizable person,
I don't
and
think
that
it's-
person
I
right
think
now
when
is
you start
LeBron.
looking at it's players. Like in the 2010s, it was Bron, Steph, KD. In the 2000s, it was LeBron, Kobe, and Duncan. And in the 90s, it was Jordan, Shaq, and trying to think.
Magic Johnson.
Magic was more 80s. But
Yeah,
in
no.
the 80s, Magic, Bird, and
Yo, screw Michael Jordan. My bad. Yo, if Michael Jordan wouldn't have existed, the Knicks would have had mad championships. Michael Jordan is the sole
Yeah.
reason
Whoa.
the Knicks don't have
If
more
the
championships.
one, okay, I'm glad
Patrick
Patrick Ewing.
Patrick
yo,
Ewing.
shout
He
out
destroyed
Patrick
Patrick Ewing's career.
Especially because he's
Absolutely.
Jamaican and I'm Jamaican. Like, shout out Patrick.
Yeah, shout out
Ewing.
Jamaica. Yeah, come on. Jamaica. Yeah,
But I definitely feel like the Celtics, if it wasn't the Bulls, it would have been the Celtics. Let's be so for real. Like, the Celtics have
Yo,
been
you
that.
don't think the Knicks would?
No,
bro, be
Patrick
so
Ewing-
for real. Come on, man.
Bro, it was just Patrick Ewing, bro.
was-
Like, oh, and then the Suns, too, yo. What was his name, bro?
That's Charles Barkley.
No, not the Suns. I'm talking about the Jazz.
Yeah, the Jazz, John Stockton and Karl Malone.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
God,
Yeah.
yo, don't even get me started on John Stockton and Karl Malone. I got a weird obsession with the '90s
Oh,
Jazz.
you got a weird obsession with
I got a
Karl
weird
Malone?
obsession with the '90s Jazz. Like I'm weirdly
You don't
obsessed
want a
with
weird
them.
obsession with Carmelo?
No, I just love
On
that.
that weird stuff.
No, listen.
Y'all,
Not a
y'all-
fan of Karl
Josh
Malone.
Giddey, too?
You read that story
Weird
about
obsession
Karl
with Josh
Malone?
Giddey too.
I just think, like, he got some obsession with black dudes.
John Stockton was white.
No, Karl Malone. He said,
Nah, I'm just playing, but
yo, that's mad funny.
No, I have a weird obsession with the
I
'90s
don't
Jazz.
know. I just feel like the older NBA was like mad, like gritty and like tough, and
had
like
some- it had
now
an
it's
aura.
more like
It
it
was
has
a
some
different
aura.
league.
Well, that's
It
for,
was a-
that was
it was
for all sports was great. Look at the NFL. Look how much.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's
You
the
had players
NFL
like,
though. Like you had Ray Lewis, you had the Legion of Boom in Seattle.
Well, look at the '80s. Who was that one? Who was that one? Like Bill Romanowski, I think was his name. He played for. It was one of the
I
dirtiest players.
have no idea who he's talking about.
You got that. I ain't got that.
he
deep
got
football
it.
knowledge.
Nick has the most insane
got it.
ball knowledge I've ever heard. He pulls like the most random players ever.
Yo, he got deep. Oh crap.
He has deep ball knowledge, like crazy, insane.
Oh my gosh.
Now back to NBA, back to
Yeah,
Yeah,
basketball.
back to basketball.
I'm getting off topic.
All right, yo, I want to talk about real quick. I want to run through these 4 teams real quick. They in the play-in. I want to talk about this though. These three teams are in what I like to call NBA purgatory, where they aren't good enough to be bad and have the top pick, but they aren't good enough to be in the playoffs every year. The Atlanta Hawks, the Chicago Bulls are like the definition of
Yeah, the
NBA
Bulls,
purgatory.
they're
And Miami Heat now that they got rid of
It's been
Jimmy Butler.
It's been the Bulls and the Hawks. I feel like have been in the play-on for the past ever since it began. I think they've been the Bulls and the Hawks.
The Bulls have fallen. The Bulls are not even. The Bulls,
The Bulls
are
had
Bulls.
like a couple really good games,
Yo, shout out
and
Lonzo.
then they fell right back.
Shout out Lonzo.
Lonzo Ball, he is
Shout out
balling.
Josh Giddey. Josh Giddey's low key.
Yeah.
He's been going crazy. He's
yeah.
taken over. Like low key in Chicago, he's taken over. But
He's good, but I don't
feel
want to say
like-
shout out Josh Giddey.
he was
Low-key,
proven innocent.
I'm gonna give Chicago like an OKC type of run, as in like when I
That's crazy.
When I say that, I mean like how they're gonna rebuild their team and stuff.
Okay.
I'm gonna give Chicago and
trying to
OKC
rebuild.
like the same. Yeah, you're right. They have.
Been trying to
I
rebuild.
think
But-
Chicago's just kind of missing like a couple smaller pieces, and
I
then
just
they can
feel
be
like
like a good,
They
reliable.
just
like,
need what you said. They need that homegrown. Like
Yeah.
OKC had that homegrown,
I
and
mean,
then once they got that,
Kobe White over there, but I mean, he's
Kobe
not,
White's a valid player.
He's
just,
good, but like
he's just not like
he's not like
the
that.
main option, or you
Nah.
feel me? He's just not that.
Nah, for
Alonzo
sure.
Ball definitely ain't that. He's a good defensive player though. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, him and Josh Giddey, their defense, Josh Giddey's defense is crazy too. It's a good team. They got two guards.
Yo,
Two good guards.
I think do we talk about the Magic and Paulo?
Yeah, Paolo Banchero is single-handedly carrying the Magic to where they are right now.
38 and 40.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Paolo Banchero,
Is it
Shout
Banchero or
out Disney.
Banchero?
I call him Banchero. I don't even know. But like, if it wasn't for him, they'd be even worse.
Well, I think he's going to be a scary player for the years to come, I think.
Paolo Banchero,
Yo, did
I
we-
think he could be the next LeBron.
Did we
I know
talk? Did we talk about the Pacers at all?
I don't think we.
Yo,
the Pacers
the
also a
Pacers?
very quietly decent team.
I'm not gonna lie, the Pacers are a sleeper team. Like they're like a team where on stats, they don't look. They look good. I think they have a winning record, 47 and 31. Like they're like a decent team on stats. But like when you actually sit down and watch a game, like they're actually a talented team.
Yeah,
I mean, look at their playoff run last year. They made it to
yeah, that's. I was just about to say that playoff run.
We're not talking about that. We're not talking about that. We gonna get the Knicks.
We're gonna get 'em this
Gonna
time.
get our revenge. We're gonna
Word.
get to get back. Trust.
I'm
If
pretty
we
sure,
see them in the playoffs, it's raps.
Yeah.
It's raps.
I'm pretty sure during COVID when they had like how like nobody could come to the games and stuff.
In the NBA bubble, they had.
Whatever that thing is called, like the little in season tournament. I'm
Oh,
pretty
yeah,
sure they
the
got to
in-season
like the
tournament.
finals with the
Oh,
Lakers,
Oh, yeah.
I think. Oh yeah, because the Lakers won the first one.
where they got
They
got
was in
to-
the finals against them. Yeah.
got
yeah,
to
yeah.
I forgot about that season tournament.
Yeah,
I'm not
so
going
I'm
to
not even.
So basically,
What is the point of it?
Basically, the in-season tournament is basically like supposed to like give the teams like something to like look forward to during the season because the seasons are so long. So like whatever team wins, everybody on that team, whether you're just coming up from the G League, whether you played a minute in the game, if your team wins the in-season tournament, everybody on the team gets $500,000.
Yeah, that's mad fire. I ain't gonna lie. Man.
That's
I would-
cool. That's
That's
cool.
crazy.
Like-
but the thing is, that's chump change to them though. Like
Yeah,
that-
Is it
exactly.
really though? Like
On these
you gotta
guys,
think
on
about
NBA
it. Like,
players with
getting-
these like multi-million-dollar contracts,
Yeah,
$500 grand is
$500,000
like
is nothing.
When you talk about how,
500K.
like, not even NBA, like, just sports athletes, they're whining about not getting more money, but yeah, it's more money than most of us will in our entire lives.
exactly.
I
yeah.
mean, they play. I mean, what
Yo,
they do is.
yo, speaking of money, you just like, you can say what you gotta say first though.
No, what is he on? Yeah,
Speaking of money, like, bro, yo, the WNBA, like, holy crap, I feel like women's sports in general. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I watch women's sports. I want to watch women's sports.
Yeah.
But I feel like women, like, especially basketball, like, yo, they're really, like, doing their thing right now.
Yeah, no.
As for, like, getting out there.
The
Like, a few
WNBA
years
is really-
ago-
Shout out Caitlin Clark.
I know Caitlin.
Yeah,
Clark.
Caitlin Clark, yo.
Shout out Caitlin
She is,
Clark.
she's becoming the pioneer.
Shout out
for-
the New York Liberty winning the championship last year.
Shout out, yes, for sure.
I-
Shout out Haley Van Lith from TCU.
Word.
Shout out
Paige-
Las Vegas,
Haley-
too.
Yeah. Shout out Paige Bukers.
What's
I
that
mean,
one?
that's
out
Angela
Ja-
Reese.
Ja Wilson, is it?
McDonald's.
Ja
Shout out
Wilson?
McDonald's.
Angel Reese.
No, Aja Wilson. Isn't that a player?
Aja Wilson, yeah, she's
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the WNBA. She's like their best player.
Isn't
Vegas.
Angel Reese miss a lot of shots, though?
Yeah, Angel
Angel
Reese.
Reese, she alright. She alright.
She's not great.
I think Caitlin Clark is
I
better.
don't really watch the WNBA. I just
Not
know
a
a
lot
few
of people
players.
do. It's okay.
Yeah. I think,
No,
but no,
I'm-
I think they can.
The
They're making.
WNBA, I seen this stat though. For Caitlin Clark is like the biggest
Oh, yeah.
draw, but every single game that Caitlin Clark played in this season was sold out.
Exactly.
Caitlin Clark is a massive
Yeah,
draw.
she is a huge.
I mean,
she
it
is.
was like that when she was at Iowa. You had celebrities. I remember Travis Scott came to see
Yeah, he was at the first game.
Yeah,
he's
no.
He's a big celebrity draw.
Yeah, Caitlin Clark is an insane player. Like
she-
she.
I think this might be an insane comparison. I think Caitlin Clark for the WNBA might be what Bill Russell was to the NBA.
okay.
I can see that. Yeah, I
I
kind
feel
of.
like Caitlin Clark is like. Yeah, no, that was a good one actually.
Yeah, no, that's a good comparison. I think I don't follow the WNBA super hard, but I think Caitlin Clark is a phenomenal player. I think
Not really.
I think
No debating that.
What college should you go to again?
Iowa.
Iowa. I was about to say Idaho. I don't know why.
They get
Iowa. Yeah. Her jersey did just get retired in college too.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that.
Yeah.
Shout out Caleb Clark.
Yeah, no,
Probably one of
Clark
the
word.
greatest college athletes.
I just want WNBA players to get paid a good amount. Cause
Yes.
like I was watching a documentary on Netflix about it actually. Like I seen a lady say like she was like basically like making scraps.
Yeah, no, they don't make because they get such little viewership. Like, and that number it's getting better
getting
now
better,
thanks
it's
to
getting
Caitlin
better.
Clark. But I think like we need to focus. There needs to be more focus to these WNBA teams because there's good stuff going on. Like they're great. It's fun to watch. Like I'll
I was
like
saying-
after an NBA game or whatever, like when I don't have something to watch, there'll be a WNBA game on. I'll throw
I feel
it
like
on.
today's
And
athletes
it's
are
like
not-
interesting. It's great to watch.
Also,
It's
like
not
today's
the-
athletes are better than athletes are getting more and more talented. as
Yeah,
time goes on.
exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the WNBA, but like I was watching the NIT for UB. That game was fire.
I mean, look at
I
now.
love watching that game.
Look at the NFL. You have Mahomes, Allen, Jackson, who are some of the most talented quarterbacks in the past. You had Brady, Brees, and Manning, who are real unathletic in general.
Yeah,
Like,
I ain't gonna lie. I feel like the older QBs were real pocket dominant compared to Allen, Mahomes, and Jackson, Lamar.
Listen, it's a whole different game. It's a whole different game.
We gonna save our opinions for the NFL one
Yes.
for our NFL episode though. So
Word.
y'all not gonna
Thursday.
get no spoilers. We not talking about no NFL here. We on some NBA talk.
Word.
I'm more NFL than NBA.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm
We'll-
definitely
we'll
more
talk about-
NBA than NFL, but you just know ball in general. Bro.
Yeah,
Nick is
crazy.
He has the most
ball knowledge.
insane ball knowledge
Yeah.
ever. Like, say a random name. Say like a crazy name.
Let me just. I'm trying to think who can. Drew Pearson.
Drew Pearson. Never heard of him. Who are these? He
Shout
pulls
out
out
JP Lossman, man.
Yo, I don't
JP
know.
Lossman.
I don't
JP
know his
Lossman.
name, but he was
Yo,
like
that's
a
a
crazy
throwback.
player for the Sacramento Kings in the early 2000s. He was a little white ball dude. I forgot his name though. You might know who I'm talking about. I'm looking him up now. Matter of fact, yeah.
Yeah,
No, it's a great episode of Triple SL.
yeah. This was listen.
I think real quick though. I want to talk about the Charlotte Hornets. I want to talk about how LaMelo Ball needs to skedaddle, jump.
He needs to get out of
Yeah,
there as soon as
immediately,
possible.
Immediately.
Like
He needs
as soon as possible. He is.
Oh,
his
yeah.
career is being destroyed. I'm gonna give you about 15 seconds to find it before we end this episode.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
we gotta
you got
have to
it.
wrap
I
this up.
can't find it.
You did find it?
I can't. You
Oh,
got
okay.
it.
Yeah.
All right. I think. All right. Oh wait, hold up, real quick though. I want to get y'all predictions for who y'all want to win the championships. Who do you think is gonna win the championship?
Who do I think is gonna win, or who do I think
Who
is
do
gonna
you
go?
say both? Who you want to win? Who you think's gonna be in it? Who you think's gonna win?
Who do I think? Okay, I'll tell you who I think is gonna be and who I want. I think it's gonna be Cavs and Thunder. I think they're both like. I think it's a pretty
Cavs?
clear.
So the Cavs.
Yeah.
Okay,
The
word.
Cavs and Thunder. I like obviously, like it's a very basic answer to say, but look
The
at
two
them.
number
Look at
one
them
seeds?
play. Look at them play.
Yeah.
But what I really want is Knicks Lakers.
Yeah,
That would be insane. I want to see that so
Okay,
badly.
What about Cavs Lakers? That'd be an insane one.
Cavs Lakers would also be sick. Cavs Lakers, LeBron facing up against
All I'm
his
gonna
old
say
team.
is, hey, DraftKings, I already have my bet in.
We do not promote
Got my
gambling.
bet
We do
in,
not
hey.
promote gambling on Triple SL. Gambling is bad
That's
for
a
you.
good one. Yeah, all right.
Got my bet in already. I'm not gonna lie. If the Thunders get 70 wins this season and they win the finals, and Shea gets final MVP, which he's probably gonna get.
Oh, yeah.
All right, now
I'm
we're
a-
lazy.
I'm cashing in. That's all I gotta say.
All right, so
I'm cashing in.
So you want the Thunder to win?
I want the I low key want to see Thunder Cav, but I kind of want to see the oh my gosh, the Nuggets in there again. I'm not gonna lie.
All right. Who you got, Nick?
I want, obviously, as a Warriors fan, I want them to make it. I think it's possible for them to make it to the finals. I don't think they're going to get there. I'm being realistic. But honestly, I said experience is big in the playoffs, and I'm going to stand by that. I'm going with the Celtics and the Lakers. And I think who's going to win? I think I'm going to have to go with the Celtics.
Yeah, okay. You know,
Okay.
a renewal
Okay.
of old rivalry. I like that. You know, Lakers Celtics. You know, big rivals for a long time. I think that hopefully, you know, I love the Knicks. I think, like I said, I'm gonna go Knicks Lakers. You know, I know Evan already said it. I really hope that the Knicks and
That's
the Lakers.
never happening. That's
All right.
Why are you being
never
such a Debbie
happening.
Downer, dog? Why are you being such a hater?
Why you trying to hate?
When are you gonna see that?
This year, bud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are you gonna do?
Watch
What
it.
you gonna do?
If we see
What
it,
you gonna do if it happens?
if we see it, I'll give y'all both $10.
All right, bet. All right. Flash,
Hey,
we're gonna
hey,
come back to
hey,
this. Yeah, handshake.
you heard it here first, folks.
Handshake agreement. Y'all seen that?
All right.
All right. Thank you so much for watching Triple SL. I believe our next episode will be.
Tomorrow, I think.
Oh, okay.
I believe.
So
Tomorrow?
It might
I thought
be
it was
another-
Thursday.
I think we might be doing another episode.
I think we're doing hockey.
tomorrow.
I think we might be doing hockey.
Okay.
Don't quote us on any of this.
So be sure to be on the lookout for our next episode of Triple SL. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you guys next time.
We'll be on the